Considering the backdrop of Labour momentum heading into last NIGHT and APO's big final question time showdown, yes, I know it was not a showdown, but the closest thing we are going to get. I suspect the Conservatives will have taken greater encouragement from the performances than Labour. Theresa May bossed the Brexit questions, which took up the first 10 minutes. She clearly considers this fortress territory, and the APOs carrying out the wishes of the British public and APOs are the castle walls. Then came the tricky period, particularly when a nurse outlined how the public sector pay cap has meant her wages had failed to keep pace with inflation in recent years. Mrs. May responded by reaching out for the safety blanket of the well-rehearsed and APO's no magic money TRAE and APO's response. As answers go, it was pretty unforgiving. A more versatile performer would have probably talked about how tax revenues from a strong economy are the best way to support public services, but sugar-coated responses do not roll off the tongue from this Prime Minister. Social care, surely the Achilles heel of the Tory campaign, was predictably awkward. Mrs. May plowed her way through the questions, the standout being if they can specify a floor, why CAN and APO's they specify a cap. In the same way she has done throughout the campaign by revealing that this is nothing other than difficult territory. Jeremy Corbyn also started off strongly with his familiar calls to rebalance the economy and invest in public services and housing. He looked comfortable dealing with concerns about his party and APO's proposed tax rises for the well-off by linking them with investment, which in turn would lead to growth in the economy. And then along came Trident and the IRA, the issues that refused to go away. Mr. Corbyn talked about a no first strike policy, but his refusal to answer the question on whether he would ever press the button meant some members of the audience refused to let it go either. Eventually, a bemused questioner asked why they were spending so much time talking about killing millions of people and possibly the planet, a fair point, but whatever the rights or wrongs of it, Jeremy Corbyn and APO's long-held abhorrence of nuclear weapons has lingered throughout the campaign. At times, and in very different ways, both performed strongly in the face of plenty of excellent questions that cut to the chase. And that is the particular strength of this format. There are lots of questions squeezed in, and we know there is nowhere to hide. Those on the right and the left will have had their views reinforced. What we do not know is the impact on the swing voters who will decide the fate of both of them in a few days.